for Father's Day.
And proper port, we're going to be celebrating that as well tomorrow
On Morning Barbados.
Are you ready for summer? Are you ready for the Nichols Bakery Q-Kiss? Well, don't be left out. Join us on July 4th at Kensington Oval from 12 noon. Have lots of fun in the Burger King dancing zone, the Fruity Kids karaoke, the FCTV game zone, and so much more. Adults $5, all children free. The Nichols Bakery Q-Kiss coming this summer. Kensington Oval from 12 noon. See you there. Sponsored by Nichols Bakery, Fruity, Tiger Malt, Pine Hill Dairy, Burger King, Babisco, and the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union.
Contact Evolution 4.0, beautiful to see. Powered by Barbados Yellow Pages and proudly sponsored by 98.1 The One.
Very good evening to you with the CBC Sports News. I'm Damien Best. Well, 6 Barbadian players have been snapped up by alternative franchises for the 2015-2016 Regional 4-Day and Nagico Super 50 tournaments. The PCL draft, which was held today at the Accra Beach Hotel, saw each of the 6 franchises select 5 players from the pool. Of those 5, a minimum of 2 players had to come from outside of the home territory, which will make up a squad of 15. Overall, 9 Barbadians were selected at the 2nd annual player draft at the Accra Beach Hotel. The Trinidad and Tobago Red Force selected batsman Kyle Hope and the Jamaica franchise Kirk Edwards in round 1. The Red Force are defending Nagico Super 50 champions, while Jamaica will be hoping for better returns after finishing 4th in the 4-day tournament.
We're looking forward to beefing up our batting. I think we missed some of our star players last year after the 50-over competition. The young Bravos and stuff didn't play many, 4-day cricket. So we know with West Indies duties, many of our players will not be available. So we are looking forward to sort of beefing up our batting. And of course, young Kyle Hope, he's been with CCC, he has some experience there. He scored a lot of runs. He scored a lot of runs locally as well for Barbados. We've been following his exploits. So I think it's an opportunity to bring someone like that into the setup.
Kirk Edwards has been selected in our squad. Outstanding Barbadian batsman, and of course I've played international cricket. We've gone for Trevor Griffith from Guyana, a young budding opening top order batsman, and we hope to give him a new environment, give both a new environment, and of course we welcome them in Jamaica.
The Windward Islands Volcanoes went for pacer Kevin McLean in round 2 and all-rounder Kyle Mayers in round 4. While the Ghana Jaguars selected Javon Searles and Ryan Hines in round 3 and 5, respectively.
In this draft, when we came in, we said that we're going to look for somebody who can, contribute towards it and also give us a little backup, with the bowling. We looked around and we identified a few players. We looked at another Bajan that is stout, and we looked at and Mears. As you may know, Mears is part of the Zooks. The Zooks in St. Lucia, so we've been looking at him.
Basically, the fast bowlers, we actually picked as 3 fast bowlers added into the 15, and we have one all-rounder, which is Ryan Hines, who bowls a bit of left arm spin, and young Tajan Ryan, who's a young promising opening batter for us.
The Barbados Pride franchise added some new dimensions to their bowling department, selecting spinner Hayden Walsh Jr. from the Leeward Islands and pacer Preston McSween from the Windward Islands. The familiar faces of opening batsman Omar Phillips, Justin Graves and all-rounder Kevin Stout were the other picks.
All in all, we're pretty satisfied with the way it's gone. We were able to target the non-Barbadian players that we wanted. We specifically wanted a wrist spinner and a left-arm seamer just to complement our attack and also to gain some much-needed practice against that type of bowling as well.
The Leeward Islands, who were woeful last season, finishing bottom of the table in the 4-day tournament, selected batsman Narsingh Deonarine and Darren Krushnashank of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, All Saints kept their title hopes alive when they marched into the semi-finals of the 2015 Baiko Primary Schools football competition with a 2-1 win over St. Gabriel's today. CBC's Shane Jones was at Bagatelle.
St. Gabriel's in blue versus All Saints in this quarterfinal. St. Gabriel's opened the scoring in spectacular fashion. Ryan Lashley from range, 1-0 to St. Gabriel's. All Saints now looking for a reply. Scrappy, but that'll do. Jacoby Morris makes it 1-1 at halftime. St. Gabriel's with a chance early in the second half. Couldn't keep it down though. All Saints had the right idea though. Zachary Richardson, superb strike, fantastic. And in the dying seconds of the game, St. Gabriel's hit the post. Almost, oh, so close to taking it to extra time. Final whistle goes. All Saints 2-1 winners as they march on. Shane Jones, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Shane. Second place Weymouth Wales suffered a shocking 2-0 defeat to Clayton's Colotonic Notre Dame at the Wildy AstroTurf in the latest fixtures of the BFA Digicel Premiership. Meanwhile, Solaris Pylons stopped Pride of Gall Hill in another encounter. CBC's Sean Green reports.
Let's kick things off in the very first minute of action between the Pine in red and white and Gall Hill, who would have an early hill to climb, as this early Arantes Lawrence strike puts the Pine up 1-0. This is second half action and Gall Hill on the move this time, brought down in the box, and the referee points to the spot and a penalty is awarded. The keeper was ready and so was Daquan Adamson, kept out on the first attempt, but second time around, lucky for Adamson. It's all tied at 1 goal apiece. But just 6 minutes later, the Pine will sting again. A swing and a miss by this lone ranger of a defender left the keeper lonely as well, and usually with an empty defense, the goalies are left up the creek without a paddle. Chad Griffith doing the business for the Pine to give them the 2-1 win. The nice second game featured the Dames in yellow taking on Wales, and Giancarlo Cobbin was sharp in this tactical offense, being blocked initially but then getting through on attempt number 2. This is the second half, and did anyone order a one-man wrecking crew? Check out Antone Graves. 1, 2, 3 defenders and the goalie all taken down as Notre Dame's polished off Weymouth Wales 2-1. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Sean. A three-pointer by Keith Burkitt with 37 seconds to go, along with 3 missed layups by the hosts as time expired, gave Barbados their first win and the British Virgin Islands their first defeat when the Caribbean Basketball Confederation Championships continued last night in Tortola. Burkitt had a game-high 31 points, inclusive of 6 three-pointers, as Barbados, who led 42-35 at halftime, almost blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter in stopping the Group A leaders. Captain Jeremy Gill added 16 points and Akeem Marsh 13, as the Bajan men moved their record to 1-1. Barbados will take on the U.S. Virgin Islands in the feature game tonight. Well, playoff action continued this week in the Pine Hill Primary Schools netball competition with second-round action. CBC's Marsha Boyce reports.
Let's start with Blackman and Gollop A in orange and yellow versus St. Jude's. Now, this was actually a first-round game from Monday that had to be postponed due to rain. Blackman and Gollop A ensured they kept their winning record intact with an impressive 20-0 victory over their opponents. Then St. Winifred's in green were up against Belmont in another rescheduled first-round matchup. They would come away with a 5-2 victory. So now on to second-round playoff action in earnest. Blackman and Gollop B in the Yellow Bibs taking on Wilkie Cumberbatch. Wilkie goal shooter Torianne Newton missing her attempt, but goal attack Rebecca Simpson collected the rebound and scored. After a tentative start, Blackman and Gollop B found their rhythm. Goal attack Sierra Dean up and in. They're up 5-1 at halftime and were looking to increase their lead. Dean led the charge in the second half, converting 8 of her 10 attempts. Goal shooter Naya Aline chipped in with 3 from 8. Wilkie Cumberbatch would put away all but one of their attempts in this game. But in the end, it would be a comfortable victory for Blackman and Gollop B, winning 11 goals to 3. St. Winifred's were back in action, this time for their first second-round clash with Ada Costa Edwards. St. Winifred's trailed 3-2 at halftime, but Saharan Walcott would tie things up with this goal. Walcott converted 3 of her 4 attempts to help put them into the lead. At the other end, Aisha Aline would score all 4 goals for Ada Costa Edwards. Emily Odwin shot 2 from 3 for St. Winifred's, and they would go on to win 5 goals to 4. Now Blackman and Gollop A in their first second-round match against George Lamin. They were up 6-0 by the halftime break. Goal shooter Danisha Davis, she scored 14 of her 23 attempts. Davis was well supported by goal attack Tashani Payne. Payne converted 5 of her 7. Blackman and Gollop A would run away with another playoff victory, winning this one 19-0 over George Lamin. Marsha Boyce, CBC Sports.
Thank you, Marsha. Well, the Emira Caribbean Incorporated team of Andrew Thornhill, Sarah McDonald, David McGregor, and Claudia Machi were the winners of the Rotary Club West Diamonds International Sandy Lane Golf Classic. A total of 16 corporate teams took to the greens of the Sandy Lane Golf Course for the charity event. The Emira team amassed 56 points, while the second-place team of Cardinal Burnett, Hadley Beyer, Anthony Reese, and Orlando Critchlow finished with 54 points as they represented the Barbados Port Inc. Third place was the team from C.O. Williams Construction, Cooper Kaufman, Teddy Williams, Guy Roberts, Mark Pearson, and Mark McGuire. In a couple of special awards, the longest drive was achieved by Charles Eady, while closest to the pin was Teddy Williams. That's it for sports this evening. Coming up next, the Business Report.
Come on in to Carlton.
Look, that's unfair, no porky. You